coxing is a really sort of interesting position to be in. You've got to be psychologically on it with the 4 people in your boat, or 8 people if you're coxing in 8. For example, I could ask one person to make a change by telling them they're not doing good enough, like, you know, like, Pam, you're not getting your blade and I want it to be quicker. Or for someone else I might need to say, you know, you're doing really well on the hip drive, but I think you can give a little bit more. And neither is right or wrong, but it works for that person. So in a race I've only got 3.5 minutes, sort of, if that, to get the most out of them. So I need to make sure my words are concise, I need to make sure that I'm aggressive and all that sort of thing, and get the technique out. It's pretty hard, I'm already talking about it so long, but there's lots to do in a short space of time. Our boat's called a bow loader, which means I'm tucked away in the back lying down with Pam, who's the girl at the back of the boat, with her back to me. So it's, can't really see the expression on their faces, but I don't need to, I know they'll be nailing it. It's always been in the pipeline. We always used to talk about it, even at last year's World Championships. But interestingly, the whole of last year, where we raced in Slovenia in Bled and we won there, that was almost like a dress rehearsal for this. So even then, you know, a year ago, we were thinking about, you know, how long be in taper camp for, and taper camp's where you let your body recover, ready to race, or, you know, how long we're going to give ourselves for the warm-up, and just sort of, you know, getting it down to 27 minutes instead of 28, that sort of thing. So it's sort of very finite, everything is very concentrated, yeah. I didn't know if my coxing would be suitable for disabled athletes, and then I was corrected straight away. You can demand as much of athletes with disabilities than you can of able-bodied crews, and I learnt the hard way. I think, to be honest, I think I probably patronised them the first time I got in the boat, and then they were having none of that. And, you know, no crew is perfect, they need to make changes, but we could do it in the same way you can in an able-bodied boat. We've done so much volume of training now that I feel like I know what the crew demand of me, and I know what I can demand of the crew, and that's a really great position to be in, but I know every other boat's going to be like that too, so hopefully we're on the money. The passion to win, or to get a medal, or to whatever it is, to deliver the best performance ultimately, is, for this crew, they deal with it better than I think any other crew I've ever been in. We go out on the water and we train like we're not in gold medal position, we train like we're coming last and we need to push harder and harder, and they respond to everything I say, and they motivate me to cox the best way I can. So I've never ever thought that we're going to win, I've just thought that I know that we can deliver the best performance, and if that is a gold, then so be it, but if it's last, then that's the case. I think we've timed it sort of to perfection, really. Our coaches have just allowed us to sort of live this life where every day we're getting stronger and closer towards our goal, and the pressure is there. The success of the team before it influences the expectation of what people are going to think, but not the expectation of ourselves. We're the ones that know how hard we're working and how much we're putting in, and if people could just channel their energies and cheer really loudly, that would just be sort of the cherry on the cake for us. That would be perfect.